Welcome to Movie Mayhem. Here at Suspiria Works Cinema, where we watch all the movies. Today, we're going to be doing Necronomicon. This is, what was it, 96, I think. I actually forgot the date. But at any rate, this movie is produced by Brian Yuzna with 3 different directors. Christophe Gans, very famous for Brotherhood of the Wolf, Silent Hill, Crying Freeman, and recently Beauty and the Beast, which is fantastic. Kaneko, I don't actually know what he's done, and of course Brian Yuzna did a segment as well. This is the French limited release. It's got a nice little booklet it comes with. Very pretty. Of course, all in French, so if you don't read French, you're not going to enjoy reading it, but it is spiffy looking. And the box is very nice. Nice little double box. And of course, there is no forced French subs on this, which is amazing. It is Region B locked, so you do need a region-free player to play. But getting rid of I've had the DVD, which again was from France, for years, and it had forced French subs, which are annoying, and for some reason I couldn't get them off of there. But this does not, and the transfer is very nice. This looks very good. This is a very odd movie that I don't think ever came out in the States. Ever. I had a bootleg of it on VHS back when it was released. I know I had a bootleg DVD from Brazil, but I think that was just a rip from a VHS tape from somewhere. But I never saw this being released in the States for some reason, which is very strange. Jeffrey Combs, the amazing Jeffrey Combs, is H.P. Lovecraft, and he goes into a library to find the Necronomicon from a vault and read some stuff. As he's reading stuff from the Necronomicon, each vault door opens, leading us to our vignettes. So it's 3 vignettes based on Lovecraft stories. The first one, I'm not going to remember the names of these because I watched this a couple weeks ago. Does it say the name? Oh, Shûsuke did Death Note. He did the Death Note movie. That's where I know him from. Anyway, the first one is it's an old tale about a man inherits a house, and effectively it's kind of that creepy ghost story with a monster in the end. That's Gans' segment. This was his first film work before Crying Freeman. You can see a lot of his atmosphere, and a lot of the way he frames his shots are very evident of Gans. And so that's cool. Shû's segment is The Cold. It's about essentially it's like a vampire that has to live in the cold is the best way to explain it. I swear the Lovecraft story is the same name. They're adapted. They're all adapted from Lovecraft, similar to From Beyond and Reanimator, where they're adapted, but they're changed quite a bit, and the titles have changed, so sometimes it's hard to figure out which story they're doing, but they all have a very good Lovecraftian feel. And the budget on this is not bad. The effects look good. The monster in Gans' segment looks very good. The Cold is much more dramatic. Very good. Very solid acting, actually. A Japanese director directing in English. And funny enough, watching the extras on here, he didn't speak any English at all. So he did a really good job of directing people not speaking their language. It comes off very good. I would never have guessed that, actually. I felt the language barrier was more evident in Gans's than in Shû's. So, again, the second segment, very cool. Very interesting the way it tells the story. The time progression is kind of cool. You'll see it coming, but it's fun. Now, Yuzna's segment is just gross. It's really gross. There's so much gore, and they have these. It's basically what are they called? Oh, not the flying fungi, but they're like the space vampires. Not the star vampires, but from a Lovecraft story, and they like suck the marrow out of people. It's just so twisted. I'm not sure if he was doing a pro-abortion message or anti-abortion message, or he just wanted to be really gross. But this is a cool flick. I mean, especially if you're into the Lovecraft movies and you haven't seen Necronomicon, it's a must-see. It's not quite the level of From Beyond or Reanimator, no. But I would put it more on par with like a quality-wise with one of the Reanimator sequels that Yuzna did. Again, you're talking about, it is a lower budget. This is not a major studio release, and like I said, it never came out in the States, but it's a very cool movie. The vignette with Jeffrey Combs being Lovecraft has a cool little wraparound story in the end. And this transfer is fantastic. So definitely, if you can, hunt it down and check it out. It's very good looking. By far the best this movie ever thought about being. And this is a fantastic entry into the Lovecraft film world. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. Let me know what you thought of this review, your opinions on the movie, and tell me anything else you want to see. And we'll see you here next time in Movie Mayhem.